welcome to AP Workshops. Welcome to a Friday afternoon walk around. We are going to give you the standard walk around where we have a quick look around what's going on in the workshop. Then what we'll do is give you a little bit of a technical update on where we're up to with like a project on the bench, and then we'll give you sort of like a little bit of a the sort of technical bit, if you like, where we're kind of going. Today we're going to talk to you about tanks, tank expansion, and sort of how to store your bike over the winter. We're not going to go outside today because it's grey, it's raining, it's miserable, and it's cold out there. It's warmer in here, so we'll be back in a few moments. Welcome back to AP Workshops, welcome back to the walk around bit. So what I'm going to do is just show you exactly what we've got in the workshops. You've seen a lot of these before because it's pretty quiet in the workshops at the moment. We're doing sort of a lot of engine builds and things, so we've got, but basically we're looking at over in the corner over there, the SP, the nitrous bike that we've seen 1,000 times before, but there's a lot of V4s in today as it goes. So we've got the V4 Tuono there that's been in for some service work. We've got the big bore build, the big bore on that, and that one came back super strong, man, which is absolutely wicked. That's brilliant. Rob Ryan, my mate Rob out there, how you doing, Rob? Nice to see you, dude. In fact, I'll see you tomorrow when you're coming to get some engine work on Rob's bike. Yeah, that'll be going tomorrow, so we'll have a quick wander back around this way. If we wander around this way, and I'll point you over sort of what's going on over here. So over in the corner over here, over on the bench over there, we're building a V4 RF, that V4 RF's engine over there, and on the bench at the moment, RS 250. So anything else, anything but a bit of two-stroke love. Like I said, if you have a quick look on our Instagram page, there's a lot of guys responding back there with sort of saying that, yeah, two strokes, a lot of love for the two-stroke, old school two-strokes out there as it goes. And I think we've got a little area over here, which is something else I wanted to sort of show you over here, where we've got the race bike, the display cabinet. The new, we've painted the floors and we've cleaned everything. So while it's been a little bit quieter, we've actually got through and sort of painted the floors, and that's why we've been quiet for a little bit. Sort of had a tidy up and got the rubbish gone and tidied up and stuff. So listen, we'll be back in a few moments. What we're going to talk to you about is basically looking after your plastic tank while you're going to store your bikes over winter. We've had at least half a dozen people talking to us about it this week alone, sort of saying, how do I do it? What do I go about doing? So we're going to put a little bit of a thing together for you in a few moments, just to sort of show you what we recommend that you do with your bike about the plastic tanks over the winter period when you store it. Okay, back in a moment. Welcome back to the AP Workshops technical bit. We've been asked at least half a dozen times this week about storing the plastic tanks on the V4s, because the V4 tanks are swelling, and the V-twins, all of the plastic tank basically bikes that we sort of see, they are swelling, they're damaging, and they're starting to leak and creating problems. So we've been asked at least, like I said, half a dozen times about how we can store the bikes without letting them sort of expand. A brief history or a brief explanation about why these tanks are expanding. So in the UK, I'm not sure about it as abroad, and if you're watching this not in the UK, I'm sure you're probably sort of suffering the same problems as well. I don't know, but have a quick look if you wanted to. Now, basically, we are subjected to at least a 5% ethanol concentrate in our fuels. This is a problem because the plastic tanks that we're dealing with at this particular point on these bikes are expanding or swelling. They're going soft and they're expanding and swelling and creating problems. Two problems that you'll find. One is around the front, because it's expanding. You'll see that there's starting to become damage around the front of the tanks where it's expanding. So it's been held, and you can see that sort of around the headstock. You can see where it's sort of clamped in at the back, where it pivots at the back. The clamped the tank pivots at the back. It kind of rubs here. And another problem we're having is underneath the tank aperture here. This return here is because the whole tank's swelling, this area here, or you'll find that the fuel, you're getting fuel leaks around here. This is quite a tricky thing. So storing the tank in the first instance, when you want to store your bike, or if you're not going to use your bike over the winter months, those guys in Australia and New Zealand, you are the lucky ones. You are not going to have to store your bike over the next 6 months, but in 6 months' time, you probably might do. Take the fuel tank off, drain the fuel, leave the fuel tank somewhere warm, and they tend to shrink back to their original size. So if you want to store your bike over the winter period, take the fuel out, take the tank off, put it somewhere dry and warm, and it will basically, hopefully, all being well, it will shrink back to its original size. That is what we are finding at this particular point. So fuel leaks. If you're finding, basically, that's why I'm waving this this straight edge around. Basically, what we're looking at, fuel leaks. If you're finding fuel leaks in the, sorry, that's you on the phone, by the way. Meg's upstairs, she'll be grabbing that in a second, so no problems. I will ring you back, or we will ring you back. If you find yourself that you've got a fuel leak and it's leaking from around the back, it usually happens around here. So you can check this by using a straight edge, and you can check like that and basically make sure that the edge, or that flange here, is square and straight by doing this. And you can check to see, well, this one isn't actually too bad because this one's been stored for a long time, so this one's not too bad. But if you find in the corners that it's starting to show light, then this is how you fix it. This is not necessarily the easiest way to do it, but it is the best, basically it's the cheapest and most effective way I've found so far. With the fuel tank drained completely and evacuated of all fuel vapours, I repeat, with the fuel tank drained and evaporated, and all fuel vapours evacuated, okay? They basically grab hold of a hot air gun. I keep putting this tank down, I shouldn't do. Get hold of a hot air gun, warm this area up here. Hairdryer will do absolutely fine. Just warm this area up here and then basically pull it back into shape. You can pull this back into shape. Keep checking and keep checking until it cools back into straight line, until into a straight edge. So once you've actually warmed it up, this will come back into a straight edge, and you can check that by using your straight edge. So warm it up, pull it back into a straight, pull it back straight, pull it back square. I'll say again, make sure you've taken all of the fuel out and evaporated and evacuated all of the fuel vapor outside the tank, because you are going to start putting hot air and potentially flames towards the fuel tank, which is pretty scary. So once more, warm up this area here, check and just to make sure, pull it back into shape and just check and make sure that it's straight and square. That's it, quite straightforward. So over winter, take your tanks out, put them somewhere warm and dry. They'll be absolutely fine. I just want to say a quick thank you to everybody that's pushed on online ordering recently. Thank you very, very much. I really appreciate it. If you're not sure about what's going on with that, have a quick look at our website, www.apworkshops.co.uk. You can get in touch with us if you can't see anything via that website, or you can email us at sales@apworkshops.co.uk, or you can give us a ring here at the office, no problem. Absolutely fine, we'll help you when we can. And once again, thank you very much everybody who's put an order in. We shall see you next week. Take care.